session of our series Survival Strategy for Startups. Today we have Mr. Palash Gupta. Palash is, he's heading the project management and business outsourcing department at UI India, and also he's a board of director of Project Management Institute in Bangalore. So Palash has been extensively and richly, experienced of in handling big platforms and product delivery for mission critical in enterprise network management and optical network solutions. Not just that, he's an expert of end-to-end management of product lifecycle ownership from concept to launch, charter, roadmap preparation, budgeting, risk management, development, go to market, so on and so forth. So Palash is today with us to take us through his experiences, and let's try to gain out of Palash's experience. So Palash, handing over to you. You can put your mic on and take the charge. I'll just keep myself mute. Over to you, Palash.
Thanks, Sunil. Hi, good evening, friends. So, thanks to Sunil. This is Palash. I'm from Bangalore, and I'll be your navigator for today's discussion for next 1 hour or so. So, just to give a brief introduction, as Sunil mentioned, I am working with the Huawei India R&D Center as Director Engineering, and my current role is heading the project management department for Huawei India, with the responsibility of key project deliveries, governance, ownership of portfolio project program management, development, competency development for management, knowledge management, as well as the business outsourcing or the R&D outsourcing department, where I'm responsible for establishing new business with the industry collaboration, managing an account of around 30 million for Huawei India with the business outsourcing strategy and operation department. I have also led earlier the vertical for Huawei India enterprise development with end-to-end product life cycle, and I have completed my master's from DAVB Indore and PGMP from IIM Bangalore. As a volunteer, I am associated with the Project Management Institute and serving as board of director for PMI Bangalore. And I have also been awarded from IIM Bangalore as the Alumni Achiever for EGMP. Okay, so this is the brief introduction, and let's just start. Probably I will just request Sunil to keep doing the pulse check whether am I audible to all. Okay, so now in the current context, few minutes, let me just try to bring all of us on the context again. Last few weeks, COVID-19, which we know as Corona, has been unprecedented in terms of scale of the disruption of our normal life, right? In India, we are in the middle of lockdown, and organizations have accelerated work from home on a scale which we didn't think possible some time back, in fact, few weeks back, right? Among all this, large number of unprivileged people, migrant laborers, daily wage earners have been displaced, leading a very grave implications on them, on the economy. More than a pandemic, it's a health and safety crisis. More than that, it's a humanitarian crisis. And more than that, it's a socio-economic challenge for all of us, right? However, as all of us can see, that we are responding to this very collectively, and it is obvious that adversity brings out the best in us, right? We Indians know how to come out of the situations. However, if you go by any expert report, it predicts that there's going to be a roller coaster ride, at least for a few months, at least for 3 months, at least for 6 months, something like that, right? And these few months are going to be a huge test for our agility, for our ability to take the decisions with very limited information or without having the available information. Taking care of health and safety of our members will be a challenge. At the same time, managing people's emotion and bringing in optimism and confidence in them and in fact in self is something which is going to be a challenging task for all of us, right? The reason is this is a journey where end duration is not known to us, right? And at the same time, we are also responsible for charting our business through these stormy waters. So, one hand, we have the challenge of keeping self motivated. Same time, we also want to ensure that we are continuing. So, it's a classic case where probably many times we might have to change the tire of the car in the running car itself, right? So, to start with, if we just go back few weeks back, right? Few weeks back, if you see, sometime in the month of February, because I work for a company which has the headquarter in China, and we were sitting in Bangalore. And when we go back, most of us in India were in a stage of denial, right? Oh, this coronavirus won't come to India. That's a Chinese problem. Oh, someone will say, the temperature will kill the virus. You know, the Indian temperature will kill the virus. Nothing will happen here. Don't worry. Then someone will say, you know, we Indians are anyways exposed to so many viruses. Our immunity is much higher. Nothing will happen to us, right? So this was the situation few weeks back. We were in the stage of denial. Then suddenly one stage came where all of us were in the stage of anger. Oh, why I have to go back, go to home? Sorry, why I have to go to office? Why didn't don't my office gets closed? How will I manage my daily provisions? Why my office is not doing something about it? Why the government is not doing something about it? So from denial, we suddenly transitioned to anger, and we ourselves did not know when this happened, right? And then we made a peace with the situation, and we came to the acceptance mode, saying that, oh, I think I can manage this situation as work from home. Hope all of us are safe. I want everyone to be safe. I accept the social distancing, right? So these are the steps which we have already covered. The third stage could be very prolonged also, right? But finally, there is a fourth stage. Finally, there is a fourth stage which all of us have to attain, and that is the stage of meaning or the growth, right? How can I make the most of this situation? Or this is a good opportunity to experiment with the remote engagement or remote work engagement, right? This is a new normal, and sooner we transition to the growth stage, the better it is for our respective organizations, right? But at the same time, for any one of us or any one of your organization to make most out of this opportunity, it is important that we should be able to sustain during these tough times. Only when we are able to sustain during these times, we will be able to transition to the next level, right? So that is the reason it's very important for us to understand how to sustain during these times. Right? So today's discussion, I have divided into four parts, and the first part is I would be discussing about the business continuity. What is the importance of business continuity? How to make a business continuity plan and the related aspects. Second one will be some tips on how to manage the remote working. And third one will be how to keep the self and team motivated towards this tough time. And the fourth one, maybe I can share a couple of examples that how the world could be maybe post-COVID situation, right? So these all three in a flow are related. So I just thought of putting in that way. So now when it comes to the business continuity, let us think that some of you who know about the Bangalore weather, I am in Bangalore from last 18 years. So some of you who know about the Bangalore weather, it's like one can witness all three flavors on the same day, right? Morning, it will be a bit chilled. Daytime, it will be hot and sunny. And by the time it is evening, it may start raining, right? And because of that rain, the temperature will come down, and again, night, it will be cold. So on the same day, one can see all three seasons. One can see so many changes, and even a street radiowala or a street hawker ensures his business continuity by carrying some tarpaulin sheet or carrying uh, some kind of big umbrella with him, which he can use as and when he wants to use it, because he knows that anytime he may get this small disruption, right? And that is his business continuity plan, right? Carrying that, because if it rains he can use it, if it is very hot again he can use it, like that. Or if you see, recently there is an ad coming on our TV commercials, it's from Google, where one halwai checks the weather forecast on his mobile, and then suddenly orders besan instead of maida because he knows that it may start raining suddenly or it may start raining after some time, and maida will be the one which he'll be using to make some pakoda out of it. These are all some very small examples, but very relevant examples if you see, where the person is trying to ensure his business community continuity and also trying to make opportunity out of it, right? I just wish that our businesses and our work would have been so simple that, and the disruptions would have been so obvious, which is not the case, right? But this sets the tone that okay, how important is the business continuity for all of us? Okay, now let us understand this business continuity means what, right? A business continuity, if you ask me, I'll refer it as maintaining the business functions or quickly resuming them in the event of a major disruption. Either we should be able to maintain or we should be able to resume once we come out of it. So a business continuity plan or a BCP is a plan of action an organization puts in place to ensure that in any event of emergency, that plan can come into the action, right? Obviously, it should outline certain policies and procedures covering the business processes, assets, human resources, partners, and all those aspects. Now, the challenge is, do we have a business continuity plan? As a part of startup world, uh, my complete focus was to establish it and to grow it. What is this business continuity plan, right? And at the same time, this brings the same logic that why do we buy the insurance, right? Whether it is health insurance or whether it is life insurance, right? It's the same logic that we should have a business continuity plan, right? So if we don't have, it's never too late to plant a tree. Okay, we all of us should think about and should have a minimum business continuity plan. Let's discuss that how we can have a very lightweight way of having a systematic business continuity plan in place. Okay, so the first important aspect of a business continuity plan, if you see, there's Radiola's situation also. Let us identify what is the mission critical operation or the business function which is the most essential part of my work or my business. Now, in any company, believe me, each and every employee feels that his work is most important. That's not the case here. Okay, as a CIO, as a CEO, as a COO, or as the owner of the organization, whichever hat you are wearing in, if you are wearing all of them as part of a startup, make sure that main thing is to keep the main thing as the main thing. That means that we should be able to ensure that which is that essential function. If it is not there, will stop my business. That is the most important part. Make sure that you and me don't forget about those backend operations or those support systems without which sometimes nothing work, but at the same time many times we don't give them the enough credit, right? Your IT system, your information security system, right? Your logistic systems. So some of them you and me may never feel that are essential, but when it comes to this, it is essential. It's like electricity, right? Absence of which can be felt, presence of which probably we ignore. So make sure that you and me understand what are those key elements. Okay. So the first step is to determine which employees, which material, what procedure, what equipment, what kind of functions are critical to survive and to recover. Okay. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, all traditional business continuity plan or the thoughts or thinking address the most common catastrophes like earthquake, fire, hurricane, floods. But most of these, if you see, are limited to a particular region, do have a very time bound effect. But the communicable diseases, like the current situation in which we are, they go beyond the boundaries of time as well as the region, right? And that is where it is much more difficult. So let's go to one more level of depth of the business continuity plan, identification of the critical functions, how we are going to do. Let's put something what is called as business impact analysis. It's the foundation of the business continuity plan. Now, business impact analysis is nothing but, let's try to find something called as RTO. RTO, recovery time objective, which is nothing but, let's say there is a function and you put, or there is a critical factor and you think that how much time my organization can survive without having this particular critical factor in place, and that is the RTO. Let me give you an example. Suppose you are a manufacturing unit, right? And electricity is a critical factor for your machines to be running, right? Now, assuming that you don't have any power backup and you don't have the power generation capability, your RTO might be even few seconds or 1 minute, because your machines will go off as soon as there is no electricity. Assuming that you do have some kind of power backup, so maybe your RTO might be 4 hours. Assuming that you have the ability to generate the electricity, you might have RTO for few days, right? Now, if you see Infosys Bangalore campus, I remember used to have the power generation ability for 21 to 30 days. So that means that RTO against the critical factor of electricity was 30 days for Infosys at that point of time. But at the same time, most important part what happens is that every risk mitigation activity also have a secondary risk. So let's say if I have the electricity generation ability, but at the same time it takes diesel as one of the important inputs, then my ability to generate the electricity has a dependency on diesel, and at the same time my RTO for electricity will also depend on the availability and affordability of diesel. So if diesel is available or whether I can afford the diesel will also decide the RTO as far as my electricity as a critical factor is considered. So this is one way of you and me thinking about those critical factors. My session will be think about each and every negative question, and the answer to that will give you what is critical factor, right? Let's say that which client or customer or which business unit depends on function A will tell you that. Or let's become a little more negative for time being and ask the question saying that will we lose this particular customer if this function is not provided in a timely manner? So someone or most of us have to play the role of the devil's advocate at this point of time when we are doing the business continuity plan. Okay, yeah. So, or we can ask, say that what will be the revenue loss if I am not able to provide particular service, right? Or what is going to be the risk or this fine or the penalty or the compliance issues if I'm not going to do certain function, right? Same time, very importantly, ask the question: is your organization dependent on any external suppliers? If suppose you have external suppliers and if they are not available, what is going to be impact on your business continuity is again something which is important. Okay, so external supplier, external information, external product, external services, do we have a backup for that? Do we have a substitute for them? Is something which is going to be very very important for us. Now, how to put all this information in a perspective? So let me give you a very very simple solution for that. What you can do is that prepare a very simple network diagram, okay, mentioning all type of components, all type of functions, sequence them based on the actions, identify the dependencies, how they are dependent on each other, and identify the resources. This is the simplest thing which as a startup we can do to identify our critical points where the business gets impacted. Okay, just put a very simple network diagram for key business functions or key business flows. Next important activity could be to identify the critical path. That is nothing but to provide a service end to end, which is critical as per us. What is the time duration and what kind of resources we may need, right? This is important. It's going to be important. Reason being, it's very much possible. We might have the raw material available. We might have our machines running. We might have processing power. We might have everything running. We may not have the packaging material available, which is a minimum requirement for me to ship this product. right? So this is just one example, but at the same time, for your own business, for your own work, there will be similar situations where maybe a small element will be critical for you to go to the end shipment. Okay, this is important. After identifying it, I think the next steps are easy to find out what are the different mitigation options, what are the different contingency plans which we can put about it. Now, next important point is that when you do this kind of planning, make sure that you keep your tiger team ready. Tiger team is nothing but the people who have the understanding of this plan, and at the same time who have the authority and accountability to run this plan. It's very important. Generally, in startups, I don't think that you're going to face that problem. But at the same time, it is very important for you to ensure that you do have the authority to run this plan, right? You should not have to ask someone else, right? Now, when the plan is there, the next becomes the execution of it. The plan is as good as its execution, right? As one Mike Tyson said, that everybody has a plan until he get punched on the face. I mean, that was on his own context. But yes, until you really face the situation, the plans are only on the paper. So it's very important that you do a dry run of these plans much in advance, because that is something which is important for us. It does not cost so much, but yes, uh, what is most important is, if you say startup, I feel that startup is all about the learning, right? So put that plan into action and try it and see whether it is working or not. It's not a test, it's an exercise, because test may give you an answer of yes, no, pass, fail, but the exercise will always give you a practical learning. So it's basically you're trying to ensure that your plan is perfect, or your plan is much more mature. So we have to put it as learning out of it. And then comes the communication of your plan, or the communication of BCP. As people are most valuable assets, it becomes very imperative that we do ensure that people are aware of this plan, your members are aware of this plan. When you talk about motivation also, it is most important that we do communicate with people based on what is the plan availability of it. You can have your own views, ways of communicating. It could be email, it could be virtual platforms like what we are doing. It could be you can create a web page on your company website, which is password protected, which every employee can use their password and see the updated information which is there. So all these are important. Yeah, but at the same time, the biggest challenge probably you will face or I will face is that when I myself don't have enough information, what is that which I can really communicate, right? That's a big problem. Because what happens in the current situation, the uncertainty level is so high that when we are sitting here, we are not very sure that what different decisions are coming from government, what kind of data is coming, what kind of new analysis will come after 2 hours. So when you yourself, I myself, not very sure, I'm not sure what to communicate to the members. And many of those times, what happens is that we avoid the communication. And that is where probably the challenges become even more, because the communication is key. Let us say that even if you communicate a one line as the head of the organization saying that we are monitoring the situation and we'll be providing additional information as it becomes available, it still says that you are top on it and you are owning your people. That is important, because employees who feel safe with their employer, right, are more likely to remain productive. But an employee which has apprehensions, which is a scared one, will not be the productive enough. And that is where your problem starts on the day one itself. Then, right? Same time, you should be able to share your BCP with your customers, because customer confidence is very important. So your customers, your clients should be knowing that you have a BCP in place. That gives them some cushion, that gives them some confidence, and that is where it is important that they don't press a panic button, right? Because they also have their own issues with which they are also struggling. The most important is that even if you're wearing all the hats, right, the functions which I am talking maybe may belong to one or two people only, but you have to ensure that all those aspects are taken care. So let's say HR, right? Now it's very much possible you're also playing the role of HR, right? But at the same time, you should be ensuring that there is a minimum one page FAQ is available about what all you're going to do, right? Or you can judge the situation based on some kind of absenteeism analysis, that okay, whether your members are available or on roll, or your members are absent, that will tell you that how motivated your members are there, right? This is important. Or let us say that what if you're a small company, uh, you're sitting co-located in a big hall, or some kind of incubator center, and one employee comes who is not well, right? It can even be possible, even if all lockdowns are done, and after 3 months, let's say, someone, one of your member comes to the office and early morning 9:30. What if he is suffering from some kind of flu, or he's suffering from some kind of allergy? He's just sneezing. How you're going to handle it, right? So some of the small HR policies should be there in the place. Some minimum HR policies should be there in the place, right? That is something which is very, very important for you, for your members, and everyone to feel safe about the situation, right? Now, uh, it's very much possible that your member might have some additional challenges, right? Let's say your nature of work is like that. Your members are more vulnerable to the communicable diseases, or another possibility is there. Maybe you are into industry where travels are needed, so you have to ensure those also as part of your plan, and see that how you really substitute them with the proper BCP. So this is about the BCP. Considering the time, maybe you can ask me some offline questions, but Sunil can also help. But at the same time, it's very important that we should have a minimum business continuity plan which adapts to our work, which adapts to our situation, and which tells us how to navigate, rather than we taking random decisions, or we are forced, or we are caught up on the wrong foot. Okay, and it's never too late to make this plan. If it's today, yes, it can be even today, because you are in mid of situation. You are going to require another planning, if at all, after few days, few weeks, everything becomes normal. Because even if things become normal, there will be a new normal which is going to be there in the organizations, right? Now, coming on to managing these teams, right? Very important point of any kind of teamwork, team management, or project management is first set the ground rules, right? Every business has certain expectations, whether working remotely, virtually, or co-located in office. Ground rules are something which are most important, right? So ground rules could be like, if you see in our organizations, we set a ground rule in terms of core working hours, right? So ground rules could be core working hours, the time when everyone will be available, right? Ground rules could be online or offline availability itself. It could be about the communication systems. It could be about the timings of the meeting. If you do daily stand-up meeting, what time it will be done, and what is the expectation from each and everyone, right? It could be about the key projects and the deadlines. It could be about your discussion forums. It could be about your meeting management and all those things. So first is set the ground rule. Second important point to manage is definitely invest in the infrastructure and the collaboration tools. Work from home really requires these tools. Investment into the tools is something which is important. You can have a simple project management tool to track all kind of work which you are doing, whether it is in R&D, non-R&D, including the sales guys can have the tracking tool, right? Which can track the status of your task, the progress, the timesheets, management, and all those, so that as the owner or as some manager, you're not putting a lot of effort in figuring out those things, right? There are many tools available. You can use any one of them. It could be your ProofHub, it could be Active Collab, it can be Central Desktop, it could be any ALM tool, Rally, and all those. All these tools provide you the functionality to manage your overall work, right? Second thing is, if you are coming from the technology startup, yes, you will need the tools for configuration management, your code management, your GitHub, your virtual office collaboration tools, or your communication and meeting tools like how what we are using now, Element, right? WebEx, Zoom, Google Hangouts. We do have our own in-house tools, Skype, GoToMeeting, right? All these tools are something which are needed, but at the same time, what is needed is that your workforce or your members should be familiar and at least well versed with these tools so that they should be able to use it. So if at all suppose they are not, like Airmate, I was not. These are intuitive tools. So Sunil could tell me how to use those tools and where to click and all. And within 5 minutes at least, I was active enough. So when there is a will, these are easier tools to be operating about. And the tools companies are also giving a lot of support these days. I remember even Cisco gave the WebEx license free for a few months. So maybe make use of those kind of opportunities. And in future, if you like it, definitely these are some of the fantastic tools which are going to be the future of all this work collaboration, right? If done, if not done, try to automate the things in future. All the repeat things, please try to automate. That is most important. But now the another important point for you as a startup, that there is an assumption that people who are in startup are self-motivated. They are the ones who are, and probably this is one opportunity. These times are one opportunity which will tell you that have you hired the right talent? Have you really hired the right talent, or you have really missed on that, right? Because remote work really gives you the feedback on your hiring abilities, right? Have you hired the doers, or have you hired the people who are followers? This is something which is important, right? At the same time, if you see, there is something, you have to see something which is unseen, right? Because as the owner or as the manager, right, many of the times what happens is that you are worried that whether your members are really working. Same time, your member will be worried that whether his or her work is visible enough and whether he or her will get the credit for that work or not, right? So the first thing is about the hiring. There is a feedback for all of us whether we have the people, they are the right one or not, whether they are the self starters or not, whether they can really adapt to the changes or not. That is an important aspect of it. So while hiring, whether we could hire the people who are independent enough, organized enough, reliable enough, are they result oriented, do they have the ability to prioritize their work, do they have the ability to collaborate with others to get their things done, do they have the ability to communicate. All this comes into picture when we say that we have the remote working situation, okay? Because here everyone has to deliver something, and maybe without the so-called micromanagement, right? So I personally place a huge premium on independence and the responsibility aspect when it comes to the team member. And same thing, I am very sure that people who are part of startup should be there. But at the same time, I think it's an opportunity for you also to judge your hiring policies, your hiring methods. At the same time, your own management style. Hope you're not into the micromanaging the people, right? And this see the unseen is something important. For that, try to set up some kind of smart goals rather than trying to do the micromanagement of members, because otherwise things won't work, right? Now, to summarize the management part, I should just say that set the ground rules, which is important one. Invest in infrastructure, invest in collaborative tools, uh, try to automate your processes which are repetitive in nature, right talent, and mutual trust and smart goals. These are the ones which are key for anyone who is unseen and you still want the person to perform and even the excel, right? That is important, right? Obviously, to give support to that, technology enablement, capacity management, via technology, right? If you are a company which says that the people will work on the cloud-based technologies, you should be having enough VPNs available, right? So the capacity management, right? The culture, which just now I have been talking, and most importantly, ensuring the cybersecurity of your content, because when it goes out of office premises, you have to ensure that the security is taken care. You have to ensure that you have educated your members enough so that by mistake also nothing wrong happens, so that your information, your IPs are taken care. This is something which is very important. Now this is about managing the work, but this is tightly coupled with the motivation or with the motivating members, right? So if you see now, the third aspect which you wanted to discuss was on motivation. Motivation, If you see, I firmly believe in this Daniel Pink, which talks about two varieties of motivation, right? One is extrinsic and other one is intrinsic, right? Now, extrinsic motivation, which most of us know, are the obvious motivators, right? And I am assuming that people who are part of startup will have intrinsic motivation to join startup. But let us see that how we can really translate some of these extrinsic motivation factors to the intrinsic motivation factors, right? So extrinsic motivation is a classic case of your carrot and stick, correct? Where your target, your bonus, your penalty, your scorecard, your dashboard, your awards, as well as your praise and appreciation are the extrinsic motivation, right? And actually, extrinsic motivation works when you want people to focus or when you want to narrow down their focus to some points, right? Suppose people who are working on a set of instruction to deliver something, extrinsic motivation will really work very fantastic way. But if the job involves uncertainty, if the job involves creativity, if job involves experimenting with a different type of possibilities, then I think the internal incentives will work, but not the external incentives. Because external incentives expect them to achieve a goal, a definite one. External incentives expect them to do the things first time right, but the intrinsic incentives are more towards creativity. Intrinsic incentive can even reward a failure. I mean, seemingly failure, I should say, right? So we follow the same thing that Pink's philosophy: autonomy, mastery, and the purpose for the motivation. Autonomy, obviously, the desire to direct your own way, do the things my way. Mastery means the urge to get better in something that matters to me. And purpose, obviously, is the yearning to work on something that is larger than me. So let's start with the purpose first, right? Now, how to motivate this member is first not by putting the data, but humanizing the data, right? Like as a modern startup, you will have a lot of data, you will have a lot of customer metrics also, right? Let's say you are working on an app delivery company, a company which is into the delivery business, right? You will have a lot of data and you will have a lot of matrices to tell you whether you're going up, you're going down, what is the customer satisfaction, and all those kind of things, right? But at the same time, it makes more sense that if you humanize the data and you create a story out of it to show that the purpose why we are doing this, that is something which is important, right? Let's say who are the customers behind this metrics. If you can put a face to it, then I think that translate this to more of an intrinsic motivation, right? That old story which talks about that when a traveler visits three people who are doing some work with the bricks, and he asks the first one says that I'm laying the bricks, right? He asks the second one, what are you doing? And the second person says that I'm building a wall. And he asks the third person, what are you doing? And the third person says that I'm constructing a temple. So this is all difference in terms of putting a face, humanizing what is the purpose of the work this person is doing, and that is what is talked about the metrics, or that is intrinsic motivation, right? There is a story that when the John F. Kennedy visited NASA once, and he asked one of the janitor who was mopping up the floor that what are you doing, and he said that I am sending a man to the moon. It may look little funny that how a janitor is sending a man to the moon, but it also tells the motivation and the dedication of the person who is working at that place. That at the end, everyone contributes to that person who is going to the moon. Even me, who is mopping the floor, also has something to do with it. Now, as I said that, let us see that how we can convert this extrinsic motivation to the intrinsic motivation. Now, as a startup, you want to have a goal, right? Now, let's see that there are two ways to trigger this. So let's see that if you say that to one member, you set the performance goal and you say that if you do X thing, you will receive Y, right? This is one way of doing it. And the second way of doing is that put a surprise element, right? You avoid someone saying that Here is an award Y for you because you did something X. Now, this surprise element is the something which will generate intrinsic motivation. So, this is something which you have to think about. Okay, this was about the purpose, how to make the purpose important for the member during these times. Then comes the autonomy. Obviously, during these times, you can give autonomy to the member how to do their work in terms of timings, in terms of when to do. There are challenges to the people. I know one of our team member. She came to me and she called me basically, and she said that my laptop's battery is not good and it does not survive more than 20 minutes. And believe me, it's very difficult to get the laptops in Bangalore these days. New laptops you can't get. Many of the organizations do have the rented laptops, and this is very difficult. And at the same time, she said that I don't have the power backup at home. It's very difficult. So now, if you allow her to work based on her flexibility, that is something because she wants to work generates the autonomy into herself, and that is something which is important, right? Then comes the communication, very importantly. Now, as we discussed, that we have to continuously communicate. What to communicate is one aspect of it. Now, I'm very sure that as an entrepreneur or as an owner, you do have a lot of challenges. Now, whether you should be communicating those good, bad, ugly news to your members or not, the answer is definitely yes. The answer is yes. When we talk about the story is the truth well said. So, truth has to be in that. Okay. So, organizations should emphasize for the communication. Okay, whether to communicate or not, we should be communicating. Now, let us say that if we overemphasize the communication, right, then what happens? Now, some of our good people may leave us, some of our talent may leave us. If we underemphasize the communication, then some of our members may become unreasonable in terms of their expectation. So it's very important for us to ensure that there is a balanced communication and the balanced communication is taken care of. Okay. Another point which is most important is that in terms of goal setting these days, please understood that appreciate the effort. You may not get the result always, but let us ensure to appreciate the effort. Let us ensure that even small success stories are circulated to the members. Let us ensure that, as I have just now shared the example with you, lend an ear, right? The best way to let your employee feel cared about is to listen to them. Make sure that you do have time available with you to give them lending your ear so that they really uh, communicate with you. Then comes the connectedness. Ensure that you do have some light times, pair buddies, virtual hangouts. Let's say every day, 5 o'clock, there is one person of your team who can send a puzzle to all. There could be some quiz time. Some of those things where you have to show the connectedness in your members, and this is how it can be done. Then comes the most important part of it: how to manage the emotions. So there are two things while managing the emotion. The first one is to manage self emotion, and next one to help out to manage the emotions of others and your team members, right? Because it's very much possible you yourself are going through apprehensions, you yourself going through some kind of fear. So managing emotion is something important. Take some of those things which people are suggesting these days. It could be physical activity, it could be doing some yoga, it could be watching some one of your favorite TV serial, whatever helps you. First manage your emotions and then come to the next one, and then come the most tough part of it. See, this is not a normal work from home situation, right? A normal work from home situation is different. We don't have our support system. People don't have their housemates available, and this can really increase. Children are at home. This can really increase the stress and anxiety. At the same time, make sure, and as a study says that probably in some situation this could be as difficult as having 15 cigarettes per day. Okay, make sure that you make the difference by understanding those situations for self and for them. You have to equate with, maybe I'm just exaggerating a little bit, but this is like assuming that you are an astronaut, or a person is an astronaut, or a merchant navy officer, or a scientist who is in an isolated lab, or someone in a solitary confinement. What kind of life they would have been? It is some that kind of situation. Sometimes the reason is, as I said, we don't know the end of it, and that is the reason The emotions also need to be maintained, and emotions can be maintained when we really communicate the higher purpose, that okay, we are doing this. The bigger purpose of this isolation is to ensure that all of us are safe and all of us are putting some effort. We are all the warriors of this, and same is something which you can communicate to your next level or your children also, so that they are the one. Same time, for self and for others, suggest them to follow the normal routine. This routine will be useful when things are fine. So if earlier you were doing laundry only on Sundays, do laundry only on Sundays, right? Don't eat at sofa. Make sure that when you are on the dining table, you are eating there only. Follow your normal routine. What time you get up, what time you take shower. Make sure that all those is taken care, so that and the time is not endless and you have a very managed life, right? In between setup calls with your friends, you can have a bit of creativity in that, and all those will help to ensure that a normal life is maintained, and you can add some kind of quarantine ritual if needed. This is all you can help to your team members also. We have also helped. Let us say that you like cooking, you take cooking as one of the hobbies, or you take something during this time and do it, right? So these are some of the suggestions. Now let me share one of story in our case, because sometimes maintaining emotions are really very difficult. So we had this person who was one of my team member, and the early days of month of March, first week of March, this lady was struck in Wuhan. Now you know that everything started from Wuhan, China, right? And the situation was so difficult that this member was staying in a hotel room, right? Suddenly, you may find that local authority, along with police or doctors, will knock your door. They will do a simple temperature check or simple basic health check, and if they have little bit of suspicion also that you're not well, they will pick you up. They will drag you, then they will take you to the hospital or the place where you may even find many people who are suffering from the COVID problems, and it is very scary, right? At the same time, this lady who was in her early 20s, family in India, families keep on calling, why don't you come back? And then when I have called her, I after picking the phone, the first emotion was that she will just start crying, and she will keep crying for minutes and minutes. Okay, so now these are some things. Even if we put all the theoretical things, how you're going to handle it, right? So there are two aspects of it. If you see, one is the logic, and what is the logic? The logic says that since you are in a hotel room, you are already isolated. You have been provided with the food. You be there. You spend 14 days minimum, so that local authorities will have confidence on your health. And in meanwhile, we will put effort, and at the same time Indian government is putting effort to lift the people who are in sound health over there. That is a logic behind it. Another very valid logical point is that, let's say if you want to come out, then you have to go through all type of risky zones. Reason being, you will come out of your hotel, you will travel through the whole city, you will take a cab or a taxi, you will reach the airport, right, which will be full with travelers from all parts of the world, and then you will be in the flight, and then you will be reaching India. This whole situation puts you on much larger risk, and this is what is the overall logical aspect of it. But if you see, the emotional aspect is, I want to be close to my home, I want to be with my family. This is a very different. I am at the foreign land, I don't know what will happen to me, right? We had multiple discussions with her. We have given all kind of hearing. I have spent hours and hours discussing with this person. Okay, and believe me, we have spent good amount of time discussing with her family also. At the end, with the grace of God and effort from government of India, she was lifted, but only after 14 days. Government has given all the confidence also. Later on in the Manesar facility, they have been kept for another 14 days, and after that, around 1 month at their hometown. So the whole crux is the high level of empathy, patience, and continuous communication is something by which you can handle all kind of situations and still motivate the team. Reason being, when you're dealing with one person, all your other team members are watching you, that how you're dealing with the person, and that is going to have a much larger repercussion for you, okay, as well as for a longer run. Okay, so these are the points from me. Uh, Maybe we can take some questions. Sunil, I
Thanks,
think,
Palash. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you very much. I have a list of questions from the audience.
sure.
So the very first question is, very much applied to all of us. In fact, to me when I was thinking it yesterday. So the work from home makes you lose a lot of time in on call, right? How do you manage to give time in doing the real stuff, and how do you bring balance between the calls and the real work that you have to do by your own?
Okay, so probably I'll just answer this in one line, saying that if you remember the first thing which I said, that the main thing is to keep the main thing as the main thing. And if you see by the classic definition also, uh, for your BCP, you should be able to try finding out someone who can act as a backup when there is a need, and the communication should be done by you. I just give a very simple example to all of us. You can see that how different this need was when the most busiest person of the country has come to just talk to us, and not one time but multiple times, right? So when you see the Prime Minister of India coming and talking to us again and again, then that itself tells that the communication is most important. And believe me, the calls which we are talking becomes the most important part of doing the work. So my suggestion will be that if work is more, let's try to see what can be delegated. But if delegation is to be done, something which is definitely in urgent nature can be delegated, but communication is something which should not be delegated. And in fact, communication and calls are something which should be attended with utmost priority.
So another question we have received from a SaaS founder. We are a young SaaS firm. We do have BCP in place as a part of ISO 27001 certification, but that takes care of predictable standard stuff. Are you suggesting that we create one thinking of epidemic? Also, we are bang in the situation middle of it. Should we create a process scenario, etc. now?
See, let me tell you, though I am a very optimistic person, and at the same time, I am sure that anyone who is a founder is more optimistic than me. And that is the reason they have taken the risk to start their own. But at the same time, the answer to this is yes. I will not try to predict the future, but at the same time, now if you see, let me try to tell you that to answer this, that what kind of world we are going to have after this, even if everything is fine. So some of the important things, my friend, whoever has asked, that the world is going to be highly protection based world after this. Okay, we are moving towards a localization from globalization now, and much faster now. So data protectionism and risk aversion is on the cards. This is something which you should be considering in your BCP now immediately. Fast forward button has been pressed for digital. Whether you and me like or not, that is important. Believe me, at the end of the day, cash is king. If your BCP takes care of cash generation and the fund flow, that has to be done. If it was not there, move towards the variable cost model immediately rather than the ownership model. See what are different type of services you are trying to take. Please move towards the variable cost model immediately. That is the need of the hour. The world is going to have lot of sensors. Internet of values are going to come to the picture. You're going to have digital control towers, digital twins, and all. Supply chain has to be very resilient, and the business agility. If these are not there, which I'm very sure that were not there in our traditional BCP, all this needs to be introduced immediately. I think this message is for all, not only for the friend who has asked. Please take care of it as soon as possible. World is not going to be the same after this, because you and me are not going to have the same kind of trust on each other. I mean, I'm not talking about we two as an individual, but otherwise. So a lot of effort and what you say, a lot of investment is going to go into the BCP, and the earlier movers will get benefited because your customers will have confidence on you. if you have a BCP in place who's this, which takes care of communicable diseases.
So, Palash, do you think this COVID-19 situation is actually thinning the line between the professional and the personal life of an employee?
Not exactly. We humans will come very strongly. The only thing is that maybe on a philosophical side, I'll just tell you that I have realized in last 20 days that many things in my life which I was probably running behind are not needed. I mean, they were not essentials, and now the definition of essentials has changed, right? So it's not killing the line, but I think it is bringing it back, and better we realize it. I mean, the earth was burdened with our greed, and maybe now it will be more towards need. So I think that way it is good. But at the same time, our entrepreneurs who are doing fantastic job, I'm a big fan of them, frankly speaking, because you guys generate employment, and probably that could be the biggest service to the humanity. So make sure that you are grounded, your cash flow is taken care, and the BCP is in the place, so that when things are fine, you come out of it. Let me give you some very simple examples. What happens is that you might, as I was talking of business agility, you might have to do bit of tweaking. So one of my friend is there, and he is into some kind of shared mobility. Right. So now let's say anyone will say that, okay, now shared mobility is going to be a challenge because there is a social distance which has to be maintained. Okay, maybe agreed. I think that's going to take a lot of time. But at the same time, if you see that micro mobility, that is going to pick up now. So if Euro was giving you some kind of electric bikes, that is going to pick up. Reason being, people are also going to avoid the public transport for a very long time. If people will avoid public transport, people will avoid metro trains, and if people will avoid your Ola, Uber, everything, then at the same time, I need something to commute, right? I need something of self. If I can't own it, I'm going to hire it. So you have to trick your business model just little bit, and that is going to be important. One more example I'll just add to it, Sunil, is that let's say some of the companies may feel that with the zero revenue, they might have to incur a lot of cost. Okay, I've received one email this morning itself, so I'll just show you. This is a company which is into the travel. I mean, the one of those Yatra, Make My Trip, and all those kind of companies doing fantastic business. But if you see in current situation, the challenge for them is that their customer queries have increased multifold, because the airlines are coming out with different kind of offers somehow to when people want to cancel, they will give some credit points and all those. So their customer queries have gone multifold, and their new revenue is almost nil. So your cost for few months is going to be double or triple of it. But at the same time, the experience which you are creating for a customer today, believe me, is going to give you the results for years and years, because customer is going to be much more faithful in future now, which otherwise as of now, I will go to Make My Trip, I'll go to Yatra, and I'll just select the cheapest one. So probably the cheapest one may not be the answer in future.
So true, very true. Yesterday, I was reading a Harvard business case study, which also talks about the same stuff, that going very protective or very aggressive in these times is very dangerous. You should maintain a balance between the two. Um, I think we have covered up most of the questions, because there were a lot of questions had a overlapping. So I've covered up. So any other questions, audience? And Palash, thank you so much for this session. We all really enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed sharing it with all of us.
Yeah.
And any last closing comment from
Yeah.
your
So
suggestion for?
Sunil, probably I thought that I just missed one point, so I'll just add to it. Let's see, most of the organizations these days also talks about salespeople. I'm not sure if any one of them are sales side, or even CEOs are sales guys, or see for me, right?
Yeah.
So guys, one request for you: please ensure that it may sound very odd, but lower your performance threshold for time being. Okay. Uh, Ensure that your sales team is intact. Okay, don't just fire them right now. You're not going to get the equally good salesperson in future. But at the same time, ensure that if suppose earlier the fixed component of compensation was 70 and the 30 was, let's say, assume that was the variable one. Increase the fixed component for some time, give a cushion to this person who is working very hard for you, because he is the one who is the eye and ear for you to know what is happening in the market. This is very important. Find some ways for special incentives in the short term and some way of policy change in the long term. Give some kind of loyalty bonus, but make sure that your good sales guys are with you. This is something which is going to be very important for you. Okay, and since one day definitely we are going to find peace with all this, we feel good about being responsible on flattening of this curve, right? So build your mental strength, and future is definitely going to be bright, and together we'll overcome it. So as I said, being entrepreneur, I'm a big fan of yours. Thanks for giving me this chance, Sunil, to talk to all of you. You can always connect with me on LinkedIn or my email ID, gupta.palash@gmail.com. And thanks to Sunil and NASCOM for giving this chance to interact with you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Palash, and I'm very thankful for the last point that you made. It's a very good suggestion that increasing the variable component and cutting down on the fixed component so that the
No,
employee.
the other way, increase the fixed component and cutting down on variable for time being.
Yeah.
Reason being, all efforts may not give the results. Don't make them frustrated right
Yeah.
now. All those efforts which are not giving results right now will give the results. Keep your best people with you so that when things are fine, you come out of it.
And I think your long term employees will always have a positive perspective around it because they all understand that the company, it was their responsibility to get the business, and the business, no cash flow is happening in the market, so it's a tough time for all of us. So I think if you go with this kind of strategy, your core people will always understand and appreciate this in long run.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Palash. Thank you very much. Thank you, audience. And you have always been a great audience, very good, patientful hearing, and then good questions. So I just wish all of you to stay safe, stay inside your houses, don't go out. Please take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.